This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, hello all. Welcome to the next session on SAP ABAP. And in the last class, we have discussed about some of the data dictionary concepts like what exactly the foreign key relationship, right? So if you go to the last class, we have seen the foreign key relationship, and also we have seen the main thing is the foreign key relationship we have seen in the last class. So what exactly the foreign key relationship is, and whenever, so we have two tables. So if you want to validate the data, suppose I have two tables. One table is foreign key table and another table is the check table. So whenever I maintain the data in foreign key table, definitely it should check that value is already exist in the master data or in the check table. If the value exists, then only system will allow the data. Otherwise, it doesn't allow the data into the foreign key table. So to maintain the foreign key relationship, and there is a condition. So the check table field should be in a primary key field. So whatever the field you are checking in the check table, the field should be in a primary key field. And also the domain name of the foreign key table must equal to the domain name of the check table field, guys. So we have two tables. One is the foreign key table and another one is the check table. So the field which we are providing in a foreign key, the domain, just I go to the data element. Inside the data element, there is a domain. The domain should equal to the domain name of the check table field, guys. Check table field, that should be a primary key. For that primary key, we have a data domain. So the domain should be equal to uh, the the domain name of the foreign key table should equal to the domain name of the check table. So that's what we have seen. And also in the standard, there is a lot of relationship, guys. Every data, it will check in the master data level. First we maintain the master data, then that master data we are going to use it um, for the uh, subsequent operations actually. That's the name, master data setup actually. And so actually we need to switch on the server is switched on. No, yeah. So I think, yeah. So before going to that, guys, before going to the system, just I would like to introduce a new business process. So what exactly the sales and distribution, how the sale starts. And so very important, guys, total our course, okay, runs with this business process. And what exactly the sales and distribution. And so maybe, so I will run this session with the interactive way. So interactive session. So maybe, so already we discussed how the sale starts. So suppose if you want to buy something, okay, so what is the first process what you are going to do? If you want to buy some product, what you are going to do? If you want to, you will check, okay, then price, okay. That means how do you check it? Hmm? Browsing, or maybe might be your friend also using the same product, right? So your friend also using the same kind of product, right? So whenever you like it, you will ask her or him, saying, okay, what is this product, what is the configuration of this product, and what is the price of that product. And so that kind of information you are going to ask your friends or your family members or your, okay, whatever it may be, your colleagues, okay. So you are going to do some kind of, yeah, you are going to do some kind of inquire. You are going to inquire about the product, case. That's the name, inquiring process actually. First, always the sales starts with the inquiry. always the sale starts with the inquiry, guys. So whenever inquiry is done, what you are going to do then next? After the inquiry, what you are going to do? After inquiry, what you are going to do? So maybe you will go to the some of the dealers, or else you are going to log into the online apps, right? So there it is going to provide actual the configuration, the product details, the cost, and if there is a discount, even the discount, everything you are going to look at, right? So that process we are going to call it's a quotation, guys. So means they are going to put some quotations. Maybe not only one app you are going to check it. Maybe you check different apps, Flipkart, Amazon, okay, eBay, Mintra. There are different kind of online stores we have. You are going to check, and based on the different apps and which will give the best price, then there only you are going to buy the product, guys. So that's in a quotation actually. And also same way, whenever you want to buy a computer, you go to the multiple. When you go to the Amirpet, you see there are a lot of shops, the computer selling shops, right? You will go to the multiple shops and you get the multiple quotations, and based on the quotation, we will give the best price and with the best quality of the product. Not only price you need to consider, even the quality also you need to consider. And you will go to that store and you are going to buy over there, guys. So that process, the quotation process starts. After the inquiry, you will get a quotation. Yes, based on the quotation, you will choose your product. So you are going to order the product. So that process we call it a sales order. So after we are going to order the product. So once you order the product, are you going to get the product with free of cost? No, right? You need to do then a payment actually. So we are talking about this business process. It's not a retail customer, guys. We are talking about the wholesale customers or dealers. So always the big companies will have the dealers, not the retail customers. So very less, maybe the online app we have in a retail customers, like one time customers we can say. But in terms of the dealership, like suppose if you want to buy a Maruti car, so definitely you need to go to Varun Motors, right? Or some other Nexa or something. But they are the dealers for the Maruti company. Okay. So they have some contract between the dealer and the company. So first maybe my process will be delivery. They will deliver the product. I'm talking about big companies. Then they are going to collect the money from the dealers, guys. So always the standard business process will be like this: inquiry, and sale starts with inquiry and the quotation. So once the quotation you see based on the best discount or best offers or best quality, so you are going to choose where you are going to buy the product. So once you choose where you are going to buy it, then you go to that store and there you are going to order the product. Once you order it, and they will deliver it, and once they deliver, you need to pay the amount, guys. So sometimes the flow will change. Maybe first we'll do the one time customer will pay the amount, then the delivery comes into the picture, guys. So but my standard process will be like this. So sales starts with inquiry and quotation, sales order, delivery, and invoice, guys. So I told you, right? So what exactly SAP? SAP is in a ready-made product. SAP already has given inbuilt applications, inbuilt database tables. Okay. So what exactly the inbuilt applications for the inquiry? What exactly the inbuilt application for the quotation? What exactly the inbuilt application for the sales order and delivery and invoice? And whenever you create an inquiry, definitely the data will be stored in a database tables. And which table? The standard SAP, where exactly the data will be stored for the quotation, inquiry, and sales order, delivery, and invoice, case. That kind of details we see in today's class. And create, change, display, header table, and item table. It's an inquiry, it's quotation, sales order, delivery, and invoice. Okay, and create, change, display, header table, and item table. So guys, if you want to create a inquiry, the transaction code is VA11 and change. Simple guys. First you need to remember the second one follow the sequence VA12 and VA13. So if you want to create, we use VA11. If you want to change, we go to the VA12 transaction, and if you want to display, we go to the VA13. And the database table, whenever you create an inquiry, it will store the data in VBAC table, and the item data will be stored in the VBAC table. So we have an header data, item data. I will explain what exactly the header, what exactly the item later. And next process is quotation. Okay, this is the straight is the inquiry. Here you can see it's an inquiry. To create an inquiry, we have a transaction VA11, and to display the inquiry VA12, to change the inquiry VA12, and to display the inquiry VA13. The header table is the VBAC, the item table is the VBAC case. The quotation is the VA21, VA22, and VA23. The table is same. Even quotations also will be changed in the VBAC. And sales order VA01, very important orders VA03. Regularly we are going to work with the orders, sales orders, and VA03, and the table is VBAC, and the item table is the VBAC guys. Okay, very important this slide. Okay, then VL01N enjoy transaction SAP has given VL02N, VL03N, and LIKP and LIPS. And we have in the delivery we have another process called shipping guys. So the another process is one more in the delivery process. We have in a shipping process as well. So we do the shipping via the couriers, right? So when Amazon, if when you bought, they will dispatch from the Amazon store, but the courier boys maybe not here they have own their courier service Amazon. But if you buy some products from outside of the India, you are going to get the products via by couriers, so like DTCP, Blue Dart, right? So that process we call it's in a shipping process. It's normal shipping, but we have different kind of shipping. Even if I want to buy something called some turbines. Okay, so the big turbines, will come via the ships, via the ship from the outside of the countries, right? So that kind of process also we call it as a shipping process. Okay, so the delivery contains both the things. One is the dispatching of from the store, the another thing is the shipping process, the courier process, that we call it as a shipping process. Okay, next one is the shipping process VT01N and VT02N and VT03N. See, there are a lot of transactions coming up, guys. VTTK and VTTP. Okay, invoice and VF01 and VF02 and VF03. The tables are VBRK and VBRP. So these are all some of the important database tables in the sales and distribution. Whenever you create an inquiry, the existing application SAP has given VA11. So maybe I go to the SAP now. So VA11. This is a transaction code, guys. So it's a transaction code. These three are transaction codes. Okay, T code. Three are into the T codes. Application is nothing but it's in a T code, guys. Every application is in a transaction code. But here I said it's in a table. This is in a table, guys. These are into the tables. Okay, this I will highlight in different color. And yeah, these green, which are highlighted in green, those are into the database tables. These are normal is the transaction codes. So I have entered the transaction code VA11. Enter, and you can see, guys, start of application, create inquiry. So this is the transaction code to create the inquiry. And if you want to change the inquiry, VA12 sequence, VA12 change inquiry, VA13 display inquiry. See, everything, everything is in a ready-made application which is provided by SAP. No need to build. We are not building anything. But if any changes, we are going to do the changes to the existing alteration, like your ready-made shirt. So, are you going to when you buy ready-made shirt, are you going to build again? No. So maybe if the ready-made shirt is not fit into your sizes, you are going to do an alter. Right? In the same way, we have a ready-made application to create an inquiry, to create a quotation, and to create a sales order. Very, very important. VA01. From here, we regularly use these transactions. VA01, VA02, VA03, and the tables VBAC and VBAP, and VL01 for the delivery, and this is for the delivery. Okay, and this is for the shipping below one. So in delivery, we have two processes. One is delivery and another one is the shipping, and shipping is VT01, VT02, and VT03. And guys, and the tables are this, and please note it, and I will ask the questions. So you need to remember these things, guys. There is no way to do the things. You have to remember what exactly the transaction code for the quotation and what exactly the transaction code for inquiry and sales order, delivery and invoice, and the database tables also you need to remember. And also when you go for interviews, they will ask what is the business flow of the sales and distribution. So you have to tell. So always the sales starts with inquiry, and based on the inquiry the quotation follows, and based on the quotation you are going to choose the product. That time the sales order will be created, and based on the order you are going to receive the product. Anyway, if you want to receive the product, you need to pay the money. So that's we call it's an invoice or it's an billing, guys. We can call both the things, both are same. Invoice are billing. So you can say billing, guys. For everything, inquiry there is in a document, quotation there is in a document, sales there is in a document, sales order is the sales document, delivery number, invoice number or billing document number, guys. So these are all the unique key fields. So to identify your business application, we are going to have a key fields. For sales order, the key is the sales order number. The delivery, the key field is the delivery number. And invoice, the key field is the invoice number. And you can see the database tables. And also maybe I go to the important VA01. So this is a transaction code to create a sales order. So same way, whenever you choose product, right, and check out in the Amazon, you are going to get an order. Your order is successfully processed. The order number, right, how you can create that order in SAP. So the transaction code is the VA01, guys. See order type. So I can say my order is new order. I can say it's an OR, and my sales organization is 1000, and my distribution channel is, this is a master data, guys. Distribution channel is 10 and division is 00. This we call it's in a sales area, like, guys. So whenever you order in a product, uh, in the site it will ask you the pin code, right? So why? Because so there is an option to deliver your product from that area. To check that, the first point. The second point is from which plant I need to deliver that product, from which area I need to deliver that product, guys. Because when you buy the product in KPHB, suppose if the order is created for the LB Nagar, so they have to ship the product from the LB Nagar to the KPHP, but which is not a good, right? So you should take the order from the respective area, respective sales area, actually. So in KPHP, I have a store in somewhere like near Forum Mall. Okay, instead of delivering the product from Forum Mall, So you have to deliver the product from LB Nagar. It's not good. So if you want to create any sales order, definitely the sales organization, the distribution channel where you will deliver the product, and the division, we will be having different sales areas for each and every area, guys. Like suppose let's take an example of I have an Hyderabad division, Telangana division. In Telangana, suppose if I have some store, maybe I have some Airtel. Airtel is the main branch office in the Telangana. So what they are going to, for every district they are going to have an one sub branch. For every district, even they have a subdivisions. All right. So that process we call the main is the main branch is the 1000 over here. The distribution channel or the sub branches, we have some kind of divisions case. So this is exactly the sales organization, distribution channel and division. You must enter these details if you want to create a sales order. See guys, these are all the master data actually. This order type, it's all configurations, and the sales organization 1000, distribution channel 10, division 00. This all comes under the configurations and customizations, and we set up the some data. Suppose I'm going to set up a sales organization for Hyderabad, right? So maybe I'll do like this SHYD. This is my Hyderabad sales organization. So this we are going to configure in the system. Okay, whenever you configure, it will be stored in the master data tables that we call it's in a check table. So suppose if you want to create an order, definitely this value exists in the database table. So if you want to do that kind of things, we are going to use a foreign key relationship to validate the data from the database case. Maybe leave it. So if I give it's an overdose, okay, we'll learn simple things now. And I'm going to create an order. Order type is the OR. We have different order types. So if I want to see uh, the possible values for the order type, what I need to do? F4, perfect answer. So here you can see guys, that's the system. F4 and F1 will give lot of information actually. So these are all the different kind of orders. See, there is a promotion order, there is a cash sale order. Like this, we have different kind of orders SAP has given guys. So based on, because these data types will be used based on the usage of your industries. Okay, we have different kind of industries, right? So in different kind of industry, the order type will be the different. And you have a credit memo request. Credit memo request means suppose I ordered the product, and when I do the return, when I order the product, I pay the money, right? When I do the return, you are going to receive the money back into your account, right? So that also one of the order, return order. So that we create in a credit memo request. It's all business guys. We'll learn, okay, slowly, not in a single day. It takes some time. Okay, so just I am explaining what exactly the order type we have. And so I have an order type called OR. It's an OR somewhere. Yeah, it's a standard order actually. SAP given order this is. And also we have, so even you can put F1 guys, it will give some documentation as well. If you would like to know what exactly this will, a classification that distinguishes between different type of sales document. So this is an order type. See, it provides a difference between the different types of sales document. That means what kind of different type of sales document we have. See, these are all the sales documents. It's under the sales and distribution. Inquiry is in a sales document, and quotation is in a sales document, and sales order is in a sales document. But the everything, the inquiry will stored in VBAC, the quotation is stored in VBAC, the sales order is stored in VBAC. But how do you distinguish between which is inquiry, which is quotation, and which is sales order? Based on what you will differentiate, right? So the differentiation is the AUART. It's an order type case, O type. Order type AUART. So uh, that's an order type field. See F1 and go to the technical settings. You see the field AUART and the table will be back. So this field, this value will be stored whenever you create a sales order. This value OR will be stored in the VBAC table. Okay, with the in the field of AUART, it is going to store it, guys. Even you will come to know the, see guys, here you can see the description, right? But when I do F1, you will get a field name guys. See, this is the field name shortcut AUART, but this is the description where you will maintain the description. This description where you will maintain huh? Data element. Perfect guys. See, so for this field, for this data element, you can see the, that's the use of the field description guys. Whenever you use it, you are going to get an maybe actually it's coming from the screen, guys. The screen design it is coming, but normally it will come from the data. They changed it. They changed it to the custom name actually. So it is designed in the field level actually, screen level actually. One not one screen layout. Actually, we have a screen designs. There also we can maintain the descriptions. See, this is the place actually. AUART description. It's a dynamically it is printing. That's why. So they maintain different value and leave it, guys. No problem. Don't bother about this. So we are going to design this kind of screens in the future. And so now just I am explaining what exactly the order type. So it will differentiate between whether it is an inquiry or quotation or in a sales document. We have in a sales organization F1, and you see a organization is responsible for the sales of certain product or services. These responsibility to sales organization may include legal liability for products and customer claims. And so if it is in a customer claims or written orders, everything the responsible is the sales organization. Not it's not required for us actually. So just I'm going to explain what exactly the way in products or services reach the customer. So that distribution, how you distribute the product to the customer, that's in a distribution channel. And division, you can see a way of grouping materials. So the system uses divisions to determine sales areas, business areas for the materials case. So these details will be stored. See F1, you can see this data will be stored in the everything, guys. So VBAC table it is storing the field is the VKO RG for the sales organization. And also we have a field distribution channel F1. The field name is the VTW is the distribution channel. Maybe everything it is storing in the VBAC table and enter. See, guys, so this is the customer, guys. 2150 is the customer. Okay, is the customer which we are going to sell the product. The customer sold to party is a customer. Okay, maybe I come back and here I am going to provide material. What material you are going to buy it, guys? So my material is, maybe I will take some standard material. You suppose if you are going to, if you buy iPhone, the material is the iPhone, like this here iPhone. See, I can maintain the iPhone over here. iPhone quantity 2 and the price. Somewhere you can see the price amount. Okay, 55,000, guys. Enter. See, iPhone uh, is not defined for the. See, there is a configurations, guys. Leave it. That's why I take my the other products. So my other products, which is having a good configuration. Okay, this is also not there. Why? M iPhone 10. Okay, this is the one product and enter. Now, so it is taking some time means, so this is exist for this configuration. For the sales area, this product is there, guys. See this product is there. Maybe I have one more product 22 and see, guys. So I have entered here this product quantity is 2, right? And the price is 55,000. See the value becomes 1,10,000 euros. One product. Maybe I will add one more product. iPhone 20. Right? This is my another product. Enter. See, enter, and also I give the quantity 5 and price is maybe some 20,000. Enter. See, guys. So here you can see the value is added over here, guys. The total price is before it's in a two products 55,000, 1 lakh 10, and five products 20,000. 5 into 20, 1 lakh, 1 lakh plus 1 lakh 10. It's 2 lakh 10,000 euros, guys. So I am going to save here. whenever I save the data, so it will execute the DML statement, data manipulation language, and it will store the data in the database tables. The database tables are, so here I explained VBAC and VBAP, guys. See, VBAC stores the all the sales order header data, guys. So I can say this data is header data. See, so it's a display document header details. All this header data will be stored. All this header data. See, when I click header, it stores here. So come back. All this header data will be stored in the VBAC table. The item data. See how many items I have added. 10, 20, material 10, material 20. This item data will be stored in the VBAP table, guys. This data will be stored in the VBAP table. You can see the item data is stored in the VBAP table, guys. So that's an a VBAC and a VBAP table. VBAC is the header data and VBAP is the item data, guys. Now I am going to save the sales order. So you need to understand this, very, very important. So when you understand this, then only you can understand this. You can easily remember these things, guys. You can easily remember. Now I am going to create sales order by using VA01, and the data, the header data will be stored in VBAC, the item data stored in the VBAP, guys. So this is the standard tables. Did you create these tables? No. Why? Because there is no Z prefix, right? It's an SAP given tables. It's an SAP standard tables. Like this, we have almost the database tables we have in the system is the SAP has given almost around uh, 6 lakhs, I think 6 lakhs database tables we have in the SAP system, guys. So maybe now you can see guys, the order 20454 has been created. So this is the sales order number, guys. This is the sales order number. Now I take this order and go to the database tables now. So go to the database tables SE11 and the table for the sales order header VBAC. VBAC is the sales order header, guys. So now you can see the sales order header and see, guys, I told you, right? SAP follows shortcuts to the field names, file length shortcuts, VBELN. That means it's a sales order number, guys. Sales order number. And see, guys, what is this? This is the primary key for this table. That means I can have the sales order number only single unique values in this table. I cannot have duplicates, right? So let's take example. This is the number which I have created. Can we have one more sales order with the same number in the database table? No, it's not possible. So sales order number is the key field in the VBAC table, guys. So maybe I can display that sales order number. Now you can see. So 20454. That is what which we have created just now. We have created in a sales order that is stored in the VBAC. See, execute. See, guys, the sales order number is saved in the database, and this is the record, guys. Shit. So maybe go to the SE11. See, SE11 doesn't give good look, guys. I will go to the SE16N. See the data browser, and 20454 is the sales order number, and execute and select this record and go to the details and see, guys, it will give both description as well as the technical field, guys. That is the beauty of the SE16N. See, so 20454, what is this? It's a sales document, sales order number. I can say sales order number as well. The field is VBELN, guys, and created. When it is created, this is created in today's date, so maybe my system date is different, that's why it's showing in the previous year. And time, at what time it is created, and who created this, who created SAP user. We log in with the SAP user ID and we created the SAP user. And what is the, see, sales document type AUART field name, and OR is the AUART. And also if you see here the total value, what is the total value of your order? 2,10,000 euros. And sales organization, see, guys, field VKORG, the value is 1,000. And the distribution channel VTWEZ, the value is 10, and division 10, and it's a standard fields. Okay, these are all standard things. And guys, sold to party, who is the customer? KUNNR 2150. That's what we have given. Sold to party is the customer, right? So that is the customer, sold to party 2150. And So this kind of details will be stored in the header data. And now I go to the item data. SE16, and what is the database table, item database table for sales order? WebApp, very good. So it's a WebApp and give the order 20454 and execute. And see guys, I have any same document, duplicate document. Why? Huh? Primary key, yes, but primary key should not allow the duplicate document. Why? Huh? Perfect. The second column I have enabled item also as a primary key. This is also in a primary key. Now this combination will become in a key guys, not in a single field. The combination of order and item will become in a key. Now you can see 2045 for 10, 2045 for 20. So is it duplicate record? No, it's in a unique record. So I have in a two key fields in the web app as in a fields case. That means I can create a number of items in a order. That's in a business case. It's a real-time business. Even you can create a number of products. You can choose. Go to the Amazon. I order iPhone. I order case. I order screen guard. I order headphones. I order something. I can in one order. I can create multiple products. Right. So that's a business. Based on the business only, we are going to design the database tables, guys. So software is nothing but it's nothing new, guys. It's all your daily basis. What you are doing based on that real-time data, we are going to design the database tables. Not only database table, anything we design based on the human needs, based on the human needs, guys. So that's in a software actually. It's all human needs. So if you give only one option, how many orders you need to create? Suppose I need to order 10 items. For every item you need to create an order, right? 10 orders you need to create. Why you need to create 10 orders? In single order I can select multiple products. So by enabling other primary key field, guys, that's in a business. And for the every business there is a technical solutions, guys. So this is my item table, and you can see the important things in the items are, so yes, 20455 order and item. See guys, the material data will be stored in item because it's an item detail. Even in a VA01, if you see, this is there in the item details, right? The material, and also you can see the quantity. So quantity, I have given two quantity. Where is the two? You can see. Uh, so I added two. See guys, order quantity is in a two, guys. So the field is KWMENG. This is an order quantity. How much ordered? I had two products. So two is the quantity. Next, value, unit price value. Where is the unit price value? I have given the price. See guys, net price. See, NETPR is the net price. One product value 55,000. But what is the total ordered value? I should get an ordered value, guys. See, so you can see 1,10,000, guys. But I should be having not this field, one more field I have, NETWR, not NETPR. NETPR is the unit price, one product cost, but 2 into 55. I will get a 1,10,000, which is there somewhere. That's an NETWR actually. You see NETWR somewhere. See guys, you can see NETWR 1,10,000. That's a two quantity into 55,000. It's in a 1 lakh. So NETWR is the net value, total cost of that product. Total cost of that product with the quantity. Quantity into net price will become a total price, guys. So this is the sum of the fields which we will use in the item details, guys, which we will use in the item details. That's a simple. I have used the VBAC and VBAP, and will handle these now, the standard tables. And also guys, what are the dependence things when you want to create an order? Definitely. So to whom we will sell the products, guys? To whom we will sell the products? Any company, yes, the customer is mandatory. The customer information should be there in the system. The second thing is the, so what you are selling to the customers, products, even the material information should be there in the system, guys. This data I call The customer data and material data, I call it a master data. And the order data, today I ordered 2 products, tomorrow I ordered 5 products, day after tomorrow I ordered 10 products. The transactional data, the order data, I can say it's a transactional data. So maybe what exactly the customer and what is the transactions to create the customers, and what is product, what are the applications we have to create the products, and what are the database tables we use in the materials, what are the database tables we use in the customers, that we see in the next slide. Very, very important. And we are going to talk about the what is custom, who is customer, and what is the customer data, how the customer data will be created, guys. Insert a table and create, change, display, and master table, company code table, and bank table. Customer bank details should be there, right? Whenever you log in Amazon, you are going to sign up with the credit card, you are going to sign up with the bank accounts and all, right? The bank data, company code data, sales org data, and these are all the database tables which we are going to use it, guys. So it's my create, maybe master data, guys. What master data we are using it? Master data. Okay. So it's in a create transaction code, change transaction code, display transaction code, and master table, company code table, and sales org table, and bank table. Insert column. It's in a column to the right side. I want one more field. Yes, sales are and bank tables. See, we use now. First, I will go with the customer. And nowadays, we are calling customer. It's in a business partner, guys. In the new term for the customer is the business partner. Okay, instead of, so it's a trick, guys, to impress the customer. So before customer, if you say the customer, it doesn't look good, guys. So he's my business partner. See, I'm running institute. Instead of I call you the student, I call you are a business partner, right? So you are giving some investment to me. I am running my business, you are the partner to me. So the term comes with the ethics. From the ethics, the term is the business partner, guys. Even the customer also we call the new term, it's in a business partner. The old system we call it in a customer, but in the new system, S4HANA system, we call it in a business partner, guys. That we will call later maybe. So customer, and to create a customer, there is a transaction code XD01. To change the customer, we have a transaction XD02. To display the customer, we have an see, one thing you need to remember, remaining thing is the sequence you need to remember, guys. Master data table for the customer is KNA1. Company code data for the customer is KNB1. Sales org table for the customer is KNVV. And bank table for the customer is KNBK. Okay, these are all the things you need to remember, guys. So I do not have any trick for this. Okay, so the trick is when you practice many times, you will automatically remember. But the initial, you have to, at least you have to look for these notes or look for this PPT. And when you, over the period of time, maybe see, over the period of time, I remember everything, right? Even initial time also, even I used to refer the something. Okay, I didn't remember everything, but past over the period of experience, I'm able to remember a lot of tables and a lot of transaction, even in the in your point of view also. So if you habituate with the practice with these tables and transactions, definitely you are going to remember these things over the period of time. And customer, these are the important things about the customer, guys. Customer master data, the customer name, country, city, everything will be stored in the KN01. See, control C and go to the table 2150, right? Our customer, and go here, table SE16N and KNA1. So everything you need to refer it, guys. What is the customer name? 202150. So give that 2150 and enter. Select, go to the display. You will get both customer 2150. Field is the KUNNR. Don't write it. Okay, you need to check in the SC11. That's it. And country, land one, name one, name to first name, second name, name to what is your own Hyderabad city. Okay, postal code, region, which region into you are in India, which region you are into. Then street, which street, what is the telephone number of the customer? See the telephone number, we are storing it. And fax, if you have fax number, address details, okay, and title. And there are a lot of things we can store, guys. And district, post box number, country code, city code, everything we are going to store in the customer master table KN A1, guys. KN A1. So that's in a customer master table. Like this, we have company code data, sales area data, and bank details. For a customer, the bank details will be stored in the KN B key. Just I am giving an overview, guys, what exactly the tables. See, we know how to create the tables. Already you've seen the lot of concepts in the database table. 2150. I don't think this is having a bank record. It doesn't have any bank record. And if I want to maintain a bank record, maybe, so I am going to the XD02, guys. So already there is a customer. I am going to change this customer for the company code 1000. See, guys, I am entering the data company code for the customer. 2150 is the company code. So this company code data will be stored in the KNBK. See the KNB1. So I am maintaining a company code. You can see the sales organization. I maintain the sales organization. The sales organization detail will be stored in the KNVB table. And next we maintain the bank details of the customer. So maybe the bank details will be stored in the payment general data. Bank details will be stored somewhere, guys. Uh, Control data. See, payment transactions. Country is, who is the country? What is the country of this customer? Huh? Germany, I think. Yeah, it's in Germany. He is a Germany customer. Maintain the Germany transaction, guys. So DE and bank key 1, 2, 3, 4. Bank account 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And account holder. So is the name PEM GmbH and enter. See, okay, bank key, the length is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is not length 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. So you should maintain the length of the bank key. For the Germany, the bank key is 8 length. Save it. See, I am going to store the bank account details in the customer data 2150. Save it. Okay. And okay, taxation I need to maintain. Control H. Okay, don't worry. So you will get to know over the period of time. So now still you are in the you are the infants in the okay SAP, and we have a lot of time. So it's saving the data in the database, and now I am going to show that data after you save it. See, the customer data has been changed, guys. XD02 I have used. I have used XD02 to change already there is a customer. So you should not create, guys. Already it is there. You have to go to the change transaction. Right? I go to the change transaction. I changed it. Now I go to the transaction SE16N, and maybe we'll see one by one table. And okay, something is happened. And KNB1, guys. I go to the KNB1. Enter. Sorry, KNB1. And company code data 2150, and we have given a company code of 1000. See, company code data will be stored in the KNB1. And next I go to the KNVV. It's a sales org data for the customer, and 2150, and go to here, and you can see 101000, the customer data we maintained for the sales org. And next table is the KNBK, the bank data we have stored in the KNBK 2150, and execute. Now you can see Denmark, the bank key, the bank account number. Whatever we store in the bank details, that is stored in the KNBK database table, guys. Exactly. So this is the database tables, standard database tables for the customer master, guys. Right? Then the so we can create in a sales order with the dependency. One is the customer, the second dependency is the material, guys. So even with material also you should be having, right? Without a material, can you order the product? No. So where the material data will be stored, and what is the application to create the material? MM01 material master, mm material master mm01, and to change mm02, to display mm03, and Mara is the table. There is no company code for the Mara. Sales are data we can maintain MVK, and there is no bank data for the material. Material there will not be any bank data, guys. So here I have another data called MARC. It's a plant data of the material, and next one is the MARD, and it's a storage location of the material, guys. So this is the some of the products which we are going to store, guys. Maybe I told to create a material, the transaction code is the MM01. So tell me what material you want. I am going to create it, guys. So which material do you want to create? Hmm? What you want? Yes, tell. Book, huh? Okay. Okay. I can start with EDZ9. The product is books, guys. Okay. So this is my material. Next, industry sector. Okay, what is the industry sector of the book? Huh? Perfect. You need to choose educational services. Next, material type. Book is a printed product, guys. So after you print, then only you are going to sell the product, right? Without the single paper, are you going to sell the product? No. So it's a finished product, I can say it's. So manufactured product, it's a finished product. So you can see over here. See, it's a finished product, guys. Finished means the total, the final product is, I can say it's a finished product. The basic data one, basic data two, and sales arc data, and where you store the data, and storage location data. Did you see any storage location? Storage location. Uh, did you see storage location? No. Okay, maybe there are some views, some data I can maintain it. See, I'm maintaining EDZ9 books. Maybe, okay, it's a book of, okay, SAP ABAP R3 architecture. This is my book, guys. In the R3 architecture, there is a book. Okay, basic unit of measure. How can you measure the books? How can you measure it? If you want to sell the book, how you are going to sell the book? Kgs? No. Letters? No. How you will sell it? Huh? How you will sell it? The books. Maybe one piece? Yes. So that's why I call it a PC. So this is exactly the unit of measure, guys. See, piece. One piece we will sell the books, right? So not in the liters, not in the kgs. That's exactly the unit of measure, guys. See, that's an unit of measure. Then maybe if you want to give a grace unit, your weight unit, you can provide it. That's not a problem. How much weight? But I don't sell based on the weight. I sell based on the piece, guys. Okay, maybe. So the transportation group I need to go, and this is the mandatory fields which we need to give, guys. And yes. See, guys, a material. See, EDG9 books is created from MM01. Maybe if you want to change it, guys, yes, I can change it as well. So if you want to change, what is the application SAP has given? MM02. That's a change application. MM02, enter. MM02. That's a change application. EDG9 books, enter, and select some basic data one, basic data two, and okay, maybe architecture, it's a change. I'm changing something, guys, some description I am changing. Yes, guys, I can change the existing product details as well. See, whenever you material, there is an existing application, you can create the materials with mm01, you can change with the mm02, you can display the mm03. The table which will be stored is the master table for the material master is Mara guys, SE16, and Mara is the database table. And so EDG 9 books. This is the product which I have created from the existing application. And you can see this is my book guys, and go to the details and you can see the values. It is in 9 books, and you can see fact means it's a finished product guys, initial value. So it's an internal value actually. The description what you see is different, and what it is stored in the database is different. Industry sector, education services is the 4. Basic unit of measure is the PC, and the weight unit is the kg. So this kind of things we have stored in the Mara table. And so we stored some more details guys. So I'll go to the MVK. It's in a sales area table. It is in 9 books. See, so sales area is not stored. Sales area is not stored. Plant is also not stored guys. MARD. So actually the data is not stored over there. If you want to store, you need to provide particular details guys. So these are the some of the master data details, the transactions for the customer, the master data transactions for the material, and the transactional data, sales order and quotation, inquiry, delivery, invoice, and the respective transaction codes and respective database tables guys. Very, very important. Tomorrow you have to come with, you have to read these 2 things, you have to come for the class guys. I will ask the questions on these 2 slides. Very, very important, these 2 slides for the entire business. We are going to run the classes based on these 2 slides, and also when you go for interviews also, there is a lot of questions on this side guys. What are the database tables you have used, and what is the sales and distribution flow, and what exactly the header table, what exactly the item table, and the quotation, inquiry, sales order will be stored in the VBAC. And how can you differentiate whether it's in a quotation or whether it's an inquiry or whether it's in a sales order guys. So this is the things guys, the existing database tables. And now I will go to the data dictionary now, and I am going to explain the foreign key relationship now guys. See, I go to the VBAC table now. So you already know what exactly the VBAC. It's in a sales order header data table. And in a standard SAP also they have designed with the primary keys, yes. And also they maintain delivery and maintenance. See, application table, it's a transactional data A, and maintenance allowed with restrictions. That means what exactly this data dictionary? Display maintenance allowed with restriction. Huh? Only you can display the data, but you cannot enter the data into database. Only through programmatically only you can update the data. See, the program, what we did is we have created the data from VH01 transaction code. That means for every transaction code behind there is a program guys. So through programmatically we are updated the data guys, not by using dictionary, not by using SE11, SE16. Did you update the data? No, I have updated the data from the transaction code guys. And that's the name settings of the table definitions. And go to the fields and you can see this concept I will explain. And and so VBELN, and this is the key field of the database table. And also guys, and if I go to the order type, see, order type, where is the order type? AUART. See guys, so what is the order type I can maintain in SAP? And so definitely SAP has maintained some order types, and you need to choose only those order types. If I choose your other data type, it should give an error. So if you want to do that kind of validations, what I need to do? So enter only specific order types. Don't enter your own order types. So if I enter my own order types, it should give an error. It should validate from the database saying, so this order type does not exist in the system. So how can you validate that kind of things? By using foreign key relationship. Now you can see the foreign key they maintain. So here VBAC is in a foreign key table, AUART is in a foreign key field. But the check table for this is the TVAK is the check table, guys. Create one more session, and SE11. It's a standard tables TVAK, and display, and see guys, AUART. It's a this AUART is the primary key field of the check table, right? And also the domain name of this AUART, and which should be the domain name of the foreign key field. Yeah, it should be. It should be. Yes, right? So the two conditions met. And also now I try to enter the data. See, I try to create an order which is my own name. Okay, VA01. I use junk. Junk is not a valid order type. Junk data, junk email, junk data. I'm creating a order type junk. Enter. See, entry junk does not exist in TVA. Okay, guys. Exactly. See, the foreign key relationship it is checking, and this is what the foreign key relationship. You can validate the data in the check table, guys. If the data exists, then only it will allow. So, war is exist in the TVAK, it is allowing, but junk does not exist in the TVAK table, guys. See, I go to the TVAK table and display. So AUART junk execute. See, no table entries found for the specified key. War execute. Yes, guys, there is an entry in the database table. So if the data exists, then it will allow. If the data does not exist, it doesn't allow, guys. That's a foreign key relationship. Are you clear or not now? The foreign key relationship, are you clear or not? Still, do you have any questions? Huh? Still blank faces. Once again. What program? Yeah. Simply I read this. What exactly this? Hmm? Read it. What it is? I will explain. Tell me what it is. It provides a relation between two database tables. Here in my case, VBAC and TVAK, not VBAC. So here in my case, it's an order type. I am checking with only order type. Okay. So this table VBAC. Okay. First, I will give you a pictorial diagram. Okay. Here I have an a VBAC and which is an a foreign key table. VBAC table, which is an a foreign key table. Okay, next the field, the foreign key field is the AUART, which is a foreign key field. The field is actually order type, guys. The field is, the description is order type. Order type is in a foreign key field. Okay, and take the for this what SAP did copy control. So we have one more table. Yes, the table is TVAK. This table we call it in a check table. Check table is used for the to check the values, right? The order type values and AUART. Okay, it's an a what field it is? It's a primary key field. Primary key field of the TVAK, guys. So whenever you maintain a foreign, it provides actually normally it's a relation between the two tables and yeah, that's what I told, right? See what I told. So if you want to, the precondition to build a foreign key relationship, okay, the check table field should be in a primary key field. Yes, in TVA RK is the check table, the field is the AUA RT. The check table is the TVA RK, the table is the AUA RT, and which is in a primary key field. So this condition is met, right? This condition is met. The domain name of the foreign key table, the domain name of the foreign key table, the foreign key field in the foreign key table, the domain name of the foreign shortcut is foreign key field in the foreign key table must equal to the domain name of the check table field. Primary key, domain name of the primary key of the check table field. See, I go to the TVAK and here this is the data element. So if you want to find out domain, where the domain is there in the data element level, go here, you can see the domain AUART. There also it's an AUART. There also it's an AUART. You back AUART. Where is that? Guys, so you can do the control F just to let you know what are the field you want to check. You can do a control F. And AUART data element domain both are equal and this condition is also true. Next, the what exactly the purpose of the foreign key relationship? Suppose so whenever in the VA01 whenever I maintain a order type, the data will be stored in the VBAC table, right? So if you want to do a validation on the AUART, if you want to provide a relationship between the all the AUART, the master table for the order types will be stored in the TVAK table. So if I want to create an order, if I want to create an order, the order type should exist in that this table. If I want to create an order, even I can do like this also, guys. Even the customer, let's take an example, KUNNR, one more field, right? The customer. So which should exist in which table, guys? If I do one more check table, what is the check table to check the customer? Huh? Just now I explained what is the master table for the customer. So customer, the master table is the KNA1. So the customer should exist in the KNA1 table. Normally, so these are relationships actually. I'm giving not only order type, even the customer should exist in KNA1 table. It's in a KUNNR. Maybe if I want to create an order for the product, the material MATNR. This should be exist in the master table actually. The master table for the material is okay. It's an MATNR guys. So these fields are into the I can say it's in a foreign key fields. These fields are the check table fields. These tables I can say it's now check tables case. So now I am checking the AUART in the master table. The master table is the TVA-AK. So if the entry, the data is available in TVA-AK, then only I can use that data to create the sales order. Right? So I have given two examples: order type OR, order type junk. Junk does not exist in the TVA-AK. So can you create an order with the junk order type? No, it's not possible. So to provide that error to the user, so maybe VA01. So I take in the order type junk, which is not exist in the check table. If the check table exists, then only it will allow the data. Otherwise, it doesn't allow the data. Enter. See, it is giving me the error. Entry junk does not exist in the table TVA-AK. It is validating in the check table. The TVA-AK is the check table entry, guys. And OR, and which is exist in the check table. And when I enter, it is going inside, guys. Maybe in the same way, for the customer master, what is the check table? See, I go here and go to the control F KUNNR customer number and see the entry help check. So see guys, what is the check table? KNA1. So in the KNA1, that means the customer should exist in the KNA1 table. KNA1. So here we can see in the check table, the customer KUNNR should be in a primary key field. See, customer is in a primary key field. The rules are applied, I know, definitely. But here I am going to enter the data 2150. Just give me some random number, guys. 99999999, which is not exist. Fine, right? Sorry, 99999. Okay. See, guys, I have entered no customer master record exists, sold to party 9999, guys. So it's a validations. If you want to provide a validations on the between two database tables, we are going to use a foreign key relationship, guys. So this is my high level explanation. Still, if you don't understand, and wait for some more time. Okay. So in the in the one day you will not understand, guys. You have to wait for some more time. So that's a foreign key relationship, guys. Just you need to read it. Provides the relationship between two tables, and if there is a foreign key relation for the field in foreign key table with the check table, whenever we maintain the data, see, whenever you enter the data in the foreign key data in the foreign key table, system will check for the data in the check table. It's a simple, guys. System will check for the data in the check table. If the data exists, it will allow. If the data does not exist, it will throw an error. So what is there to not to understand this? I'm not sure. Okay, that's it on the foreign keys table side. And next, the standard tables we have discussed, guys. See how many tables we have seen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and today 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 tables, and you try to go to S11 and display these tables and see what are the fields we have, what is the foreign key relationship we have. So that kind of things you need to check it out in the SAP system, what exactly the primary key fields in these tables, and that and data, that kind of things you need to check it out, guys. So that's an standard database tables and standard transactions. And still in the data dictionary we have one more concept called the this concept I need to explain. The first one thing, and the second thing is uh, append structure I need to explain. And then, and what is structure, and we are getting domain and data element. What is structure, what is table type, and what is type group, and search help log object and views. Okay, some more, maybe three to four classes we have the data dictionary, guys. And today that's it for today, guys. Okay, any questions? So today what you need to do is do nothing, just validate all these things, check all these things in the system. Okay, and maybe try to build the foreign key relationships, build tables and build the foreign key relationship. I have given exercise to make you more understandable. I don't think you did this. The employee tables, two tables I have given for the foreign key relationship. Where is that my exercise? Okay, I have given employee master, employee salary I have given. I think this is the slide. The second thing is gone, I think. Student number, name, date of birth, phone, email. I have given employee salary table as well as in a foreign key relationship, guys. So that's it for today. And I will share this, guys. Why? Because you don't know these tables and these
Sir,
transactions. Yes. Who is
sir, I have
this?
a question, sir. Ravi Kiran.
Yeah, Ravi Kiran, tell me.
Sir, while ordering a product in any of the sites, we
Okay.
have an option called just one-time sign up.
One-time customer,
One-time
right?
customer. Yes,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
will like
Yeah, one-time
he will
customer
not.
is there. So
Hmm,
your customer data will be stored on the fly, guys. Okay. Whenever you order as a one-time customer, I don't store your data in the database. Okay. On the
okay.
fly, I store it. On the fly, I store it. That's it. So your data will not
Hmm,
be stored.
hmm.
So you are ordering something in your company.
Yes, sir. If I order any one product in my company for once, like it
Okay,
will have an
it's
option
not.
login and
It's not.
customer side.
It's not correct. It's not restricted to order only one product. Even if you are a one-time
Hmm.
customer, also I can order multiple
Hmm.
products. Okay, it's not
Yeah, yeah.
restricted.
So
But your customer data
one
is
time
one
sign,
time.
yeah, so one time sign up is there, no, sir. So how it will store?
One time sign up. Yeah, one time sign up is nothing but one time customer. That's it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I
Okay.
call it a one time customer. Okay,
Okay.
so whenever you sign up and you log in as a guest, guys, that's a one time customer.
Yeah.
That's it.
Uh,
Okay,
I
your
mean to say.
data will not be stored in the database. When you
Okay.
log in as a guest, I don't store your data, guest data. But when
Hmm.
you sign up to the company, I store your username and I store your password into the system. Then you become a regular customer. So that's the
Okay.
difference. One time means that you are in a guest. Log in as a guest and order the product and give your address and order the product. That's a one time
Yes, sir.
customer. It's a guest
Yes, sir.
customer. But when it is
Hmm.
a regular customer and you should be having a username and password.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, sir. Done. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Sir, in nowadays, like if we order for something, the company, whatever it is taking our credentials, right? Like it's taking our details and it's a part of this customer is a part of this company.
Yeah. Sign up
Uh,
process.
yeah,
So the
sign up
question
process.
is, yeah, yes.
Yeah,
What is the question?
in that process, the company is taking the customer into one of the part. So how this one time customer will exist? Like it is taking completely. For example, if we take like one store like Puma store. If we take that store, like we will be giving our credentials, we will be giving our details, everything, and after
Okay.
that it will be taking one product, whatever we choose. And in that
Okay.
process, like after choosing that into the cart, and it will be taking the credentials and further updates. It will be
Okay.
taking us not as a once customer, but it will be taking complete our details, and it will be updating whatever it is. So this
Uh,
process will be coming into this.
yeah. So actually, a little ideas for you. Maybe there are two types of customers we can say. Uh, one customer I can say one time customer. The another process I can say regular customer or I can say customer data. So if it is in a one-time customer, we don't store the data in the KNA1 table, guys. If it is in a customer, you are a regular customer. When you do the sign up, right? So when you sign up, then only we can create in a customer master data in KNA1. So if it is in a one-time customer, we don't store. You log in as a guest, and you will choose the product, and maybe that time temporarily you will give the delivery address, right? The delivery address we maintain in the order level, not in the customer master level. So VA0102. Even I can store your data in the order level as well for the shipping purpose. So go to here and click on the item, and in the item where exactly you need to store. See my sold to party here. So go to the sold to party address. I can give an address. See here itself I can give the address, guys. So in the order level I can store your data. So whenever this order is delivered, it is delivered to that address. So your data will not be stored in my system. But if it is in a permanent customer, see sign up. When you do the sign up, first I will store the your data in the customer master. I will create an XD01 customer master by using XD01. I store the data in the customer master. These are two ways of handling the customers. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me.
Sir, is there any specific limitation of the number of customers to store?
No limitations.
No limitation.
See,
Okay.
so the question is, do you have any limitations on the customers? No limitations, guys. If my customers increase, my business will grow, guys. So who will put any limitations on the customers? There is no limitations on the customers, right?
Okay.
So if you increase the customers, your business will grow ultimately. So there is
Yes.
no limitations on the customers.
Okay.
So
Then
there is
any
something
question?
called, so there is something called memberships into the
What yaar,
companies.
yesterday leave you came with a lot of energy, huh? Huh? Yeah, ask us.
It's in companies they will be giving some sort of memberships, no? So it will be coming under this category, sir. Like a few people making
That's and all comes under discounts here. So I told you are infants, you will not understand now. It comes as part of the pricing and discounts. Okay, so that is now you don't understand that concept. You have to stay for more time. Okay, so the memberships, the discounts, the offers, right? The coupons, everything comes under the discount process, deals and discount process. Okay, so we have any deals for the different customers, we have any different kind of deals, right? So maybe in the Amazon also, if you're an Amazon Prime customer, you have different kind of offers. If you are a normal customer, you have a different kind of offers. It comes under the discounts and deals. Then
okay.
it's not part of the database tables. Maybe yeah, we can maintain them, the pricing for the deals. So that's okay for today, and maybe you can ask this after we enter into the more technical wise. So now you have to concentrate on the basics and the technical side, not in the business side. It's well good. It's well and good if you have very good business knowledge. Business knowledge is also required for this. So ABAP stands for Advanced Business Application Programming Language. This is a programming language for the business. So it's in a combination of business as well as the technical, guys. So if you have business knowledge, it's well and good. Okay, and also the technical also very important. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you all. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.